tell Trace so we can kind of work on a signal so we're not starting after they're done with the Oli. Yeah, I mean, what? Yeah. And then, because welcome to the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy's annual white coat ceremony. We will begin in approximately 52 minutes. Thank you for tuning in, and we will begin in approximately 52 minutes. Oh, Christy, do you have a script for the... It will be... Yep. It'll be right after the resident. Huh? No, I'll talk to them, and then if I have to, I will. Because where is the first person seated? So they'll go that way. Shuck, you might as well just have everybody go, like, first 3 rows. Yeah. So as soon as they walk by. Okay. Yeah, I'll get that. Okay, get that. Then some thank yous, and then the drive-by. Drive-through celebration. Okay, so I'll be ready. I gotta go upstairs. I think I should change.
Aloha students, faculty and staff, and friends and the family of the college. I am proudly here today to introduce you to our newest postgraduate year 1.
Aloha. I am so happy to be able to greet you today at the White.
lost one of your friends. We'll be live in about 1 minute, but the comments on this is determined already. Okay, welcome to the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy annual White Coat Ceremony. Today we are recognizing the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy's future class of 2025, which is made up of 45 new student pharmacists. We will also be recognizing one PGY 1 pharmacy resident. My name is Daryl Masanda. I serve as the Director of Student Services for the College of Pharmacy, and it is my pleasure this afternoon to act as your Master of Ceremonies. I would like to call upon Mr. Nathan Sunada, who will lead Mrs. Tammy Tanaka, Dean Carolyn Ma, Dr. Laura Gomez, Ms. Brandy Hughes, Mr. Reagan Akoili, and Ms. Preslyn Ka'anaana in Oeola Vai Honua.
Oeola Vai Honua. Ha.
E ke akua nui, akua iki, akua loa, akua poko, akua lipo ka pō i akua lile ke au. O re hea nahi o lani, Oeola Vai Honua. E ke akua nui, akua iki, akua loa, akua poko, akua lipo ka pō i akua lile ke au. O re hea nahi o lani, Oeola Vai Honua. E ke akua nui, akua iki, akua loa, akua poko, akua lipo ka pō i akua lile ke au. O re hea nahi o lani, Oeola Vai Honua.
Thank you. Let me begin by saying a few words on the significance of the White Coat Ceremony. The White Coat represents a pharmacy student's transition from the preclinical to clinical component of the curriculum. Previously in pharmacy school, all of the clinical experience was accomplished during the final year of school. But now, not only have we expanded the pharmacy education, changing it from a bachelor's degree to a doctoral degree, students now experience the clinical aspects of their education much earlier in the curriculum. So it is appropriate to have the White Coat Ceremony during their first academic semester. It has shown that this early exposure helps students to see the clinical relevance of the didactic courses in which they are currently enrolled. Additionally, it provides them with greater understanding of the various practice settings that exist in pharmacy and allows them more time to decide which area of pharmacy they would most like to participate in. As you may notice, if you were here, the students are not wearing their white coats. There's a reason they were not wearing them. Because another aspect of the White Coat Ceremony is bringing into the profession the next generation of pharmacists. Therefore, a pharmacist will place the white coat onto each student, hence symbolizing one generation of pharmacists transitioning the next into clinical practice, essentially welcoming them into the profession. Our first speaker today is Dean Carolyn Ma. Dean Ma received her Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the University of California at San Francisco and completed a clinical pharmacy residency at Thomas Jefferson University Hospital and an oncology pharmacy specialty residency at the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Ma practiced as the first oncology clinical pharmacy specialist at Queens Medical Center in Honolulu and is board certified in oncology pharmacy. She went on to work as Vice President for Clinical Program Development for AmMed International in Hong Kong, China. Prior to joining the college, she was a pharmacy and hospital management consultant for Stanford Hospital and Clinics with expertise in the Joint Commission of Medication Management Chapter, Pharmacy, Hospital, and Clinic Workflow Redesign and Organizational Development. In 2007, Dr. Ma returned home to Hawaii and joined the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy as a clinical educational coordinator and director of experientials. She later became the department chair for the pharmacy practice, and in 2016, she was named dean for the college. Her current work includes serving on the University of Hawaii Council for Healthcare Sciences and Social Work, the OLA Transdisciplinary Research Advisory Council, and the Board of Directors for the University Health Partners. Dean Ma is the recipient of the Bola Haigia, the Lifetime Pharmacy Service Achievement Award, and was recently inducted as a Distinguished Fellow in the National Academy of Practice. I present to you Dean Carolyn Ma.
Test, okay. Aloha mai kako. My warmest welcome to family, friends, faculty, and our most distinguished guest and keynote speaker, Rear Admiral Pamela Schweitzer. Class of 2025, although I only met you 2 months ago, you are incredibly special to me. For this occasion, in terms of numbers, you are 45 strong, the 15th entering class to be coated in white and to take the pharmacist's oath. Something I would normally do after getting to know your class after 4 years at your graduation luncheon would be to give you your class personality descriptor. But alas, this being my last white coat ceremony, I will not have that privilege to shepherd you in the next 4 years to 2025, so I give you your adjective today. The word is sanguine, defined as optimistic, hopeful, buoyant, disposed to look on the bright side, assured, archaic of good cheer. To me, you represent a hopeful and bright future as we continue to emerge from this worldwide pandemic. Today we perform the Oli or chant Oi Ola Vai Honua, while there is time. This Oli speaks to the profound and potential, both great and small, in all of us. I take this moment to honor Dr. Koomo Alangi for her work over the past several years to hold us in this space that honors and pays respect to this epicenter of La'au Lapa'au, which the Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy in this house, in this hale, named Hale Ki Ohi Ohi. This Oli speaks to potential that is reached where there are two opposite elements. Where there is light, there is dark. Where there is water, there is fire. And where there are students, there is a teacher. In U.S. Senator Mazie Hirono's book titled Heart of Fire, An Immigrant's Daughter, a beautifully written book that chronicles her childhood, early political career, and her present-day charge as an esteemed U.S. Senator. Her quote, "We are fellow travelers on a path that we all consider to be richly worthwhile." This applies in a myriad of contexts, regardless of whether you have been here in Hilo and part of this profession for a matter of weeks, months, years, or even decades. This path is well worth your energy and dedication. The bounties from such a journey are unexpected and unpredictable. Based upon our orientation back in August and hearing from each of you your origins or where you are from, Many of you probably share a similar story to the senator. Possibly the first in your families to receive a college education, possibly the first to be professionally trained in one of the highest regarded health professions of pharmacy. My story is similar. I too am a daughter of an immigrant mother from China who married a local guy, both only with about an 8th grade level of education. My mother did not speak English, but for the 50 years that she was here, she understood enough English that in a few stolen moments at the end of a night where she worked 2 jobs daily for decades, I could hear her laugh at the antics of The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. This was before Jay Leno. I don't think any of you know who those 2 people are. My father, who turned 99 this year, was a bookstore owner who eventually went to work at a civil service job at Hickam Air Force Base in Honolulu. Because my mother told him it was time for him to get some health care and a regular salary. They had 3 kids, and very simply, their common goal was to give us an education that would provide a solid future where we would not have to struggle with having enough, at least of material things, and most of all of everything else that provides for substance in living a productive and meaningful life. In sum total, my parents, James and Mary, gave us collectively over 70 years of education in private schools, colleges, graduates, and professional schools. I am a product of the American dream that education provides a foundation, but a foundation that you can commit upon to reach whatever the outcome you desire. So let me talk a little bit about commitment. As a noun, sanguine is a deep, dark red color, an image that instantly comes to mind here, the color of lava that literally flows beneath us today. I have no doubts about your commitment to this profession, but realize that in the years to come, the plethora of facts and tests and care guidelines, pandemics, endemics, challenges in your personal life, whether you have the smarts, whether there's enough caffeine in the world to get you through that final exam, there will be at times challenges to this commitment. But similar to how lava flows today at Kilauea, your commitment may be at times hot, molten, ebb and flow, stop and start. But eventually with time, lava becomes solid. It becomes the bedrock. And this bedrock is meant solidly to be the platform from your commitment to help your fellow man's health and well-being, regardless of economics, geography, religion, color, ethnicity, gender identity, or sexual orientation. These types of speeches are meant to convey a message. Whether you will remember this years from now or not, there is much I do want to say to you, but this is my advice. Live to contribute to the betterment of society. Live with aloha. Give with the expectation of not necessarily receiving back. Share with without the expectation for praise. Learn with a self-expectation of mastery, whatever that means for you. Then you will always strive to do better. Expect to believe in yourself. In a short time, we'll be privileged to hear from one of our national leaders, Rear Admiral Pamela Schweitzer, who is a retired Assistant Surgeon General and Chief Pharmacist Officer of the United Public Health Service Commission Corps. Rear Admiral and I share some commonalities. We're both women pharmacists. We graduated from the same program. And I think without her knowledge, she has influenced this college from way back. I take this opportunity to present, and I learned this from her predecessor, Rear Admiral Scott Giberson, who was here with one of our inaugural class alumni, Jill Galvero, back in 2015 when I started my deanship. And from that visit, alumni Jill Galvero created a challenge coin for me, and it's called the Dean's Challenge Coin. On it is a logo that was created by one of our inaugural class members. It is the logo that you see throughout our college, and on it are the words Ho'o Malu Ola, which is Guardians of Health. And you as intern pharmacists and pharmacists in training and all of us are guardians of health. So I would like to present this coin to Rear Admiral on behalf of her visit here. My last few words are meant to thank the many in faculty, staff, alumni, our beloved community, whether you have been with us in the past, present, or future, who've contributed to the beginnings of this college since 2006. What we have built in 15 years and continued to build is quite simply magnificent. And I've been honored to be part of this. Thank you so much. Happy White Coat Day.
Thank you, Dean. Our next speaker came to us as a former provost and vice president for academic affairs at Cal State University, Monterey Bay. She has served as chancellor for University of Hawaii at Hilo since July 2019. Please enjoy this video message from Chancellor Irwin.
Aloha. I am so happy to be able to greet you today at the White Coat ceremony. I'm proud of all you've accomplished and grateful for the career that you've chosen to enter. Pharmacists are more important than ever now. And to see you in your white coats when you graduate and are out there as working professionals will give our community confidence in your expertise and faith in the healthcare system. So congratulations on this important occasion and all the best for your future, both at UH Hilo and in your careers. Mahalo and aloha.
Thank you, Chancellor Irwin. Our next speaker today, Rear Admiral Pamela Schweitzer, received her bachelor's degree in biological sciences from the California State University Fullerton and earned her Doctor of Pharmacy from the University of California, San Francisco School of Pharmacy. Dr. Schweitzer completed an ambulatory care administrative residency at UC Irvine Medical Center and has been a board-certified ambulatory care pharmacist. Rear Admiral Schweitzer became the first woman to serve as the Assistant Surgeon General and the 10th Chief Pharmacist Officer of the United States Public Health Service. Throughout her career in public service, Pam worked to modernize Medicaid eligibility and enrollment, improve drug pricing, and implement inclusive policies. Now in retirement, she serves on a number of public health-related projects, improving access to healthcare in rural and underserved communities, interoperability, and reimbursement for clinical services. It is my pleasure to introduce you to Rear Admiral Pam Schweitzer.
I can take off my mask. Oh, this is great. You can see my smile. I'm so happy for all of you. First of all, thank you for the wonderful introduction. Dean Ma, thank you for the very inspirational comments, and it's heartwarming to hear her story. And I'm sure all of you have similar stories, but you need to get to know her more while she's still here. And it's an honor for me to be here for her last white coat ceremony. So anyway, I'm very pleased to be able to be here. Thank you for inviting me. So family, friends, and especially the pharmacy students for the class of 2025, aloha. I just want to say I appreciate the warm welcome I've had here to your beautiful island, even with all the rain. I'm from Arizona, and we need some more rain, and you have plenty of it here. It's truly an honor for me to be here and share a few thoughts with you as you enter your professional career. And I commend Dean Ma and the faculty for finding a way to have, through all this disruption, to be able to celebrate this important day. We are marking your entry into the profession. It's very special that you can be here in person and have a way to share this with your families who are able to view this remotely. And my heart goes out to those of you who have families that have been impacted as a result of COVID-19. There's many people in our lives that have played a role on this journey to get us here today, to get you here today. Mahalo to the family and friends who support and give you encouragement and are always there for you. They're so proud of you, knowing that you're going to make a difference in people's lives. So the other thing about today is that you are now coming into a profession and you have a responsibility to your family. This is a very important role, and I hope that each one of you take it seriously and actually step up to do this. And that is helping your family members maneuver through the healthcare system. Every family member, every person needs somebody, an advocate, health advocate, and you're going to be experts at this in the near future. Before a family member goes to the doctor, they may need help writing down all the questions they need to ask. You're going to learn the medical lingo and you're going to be able to speak medical, so you'll be able to help them get through and ask those questions. So I encourage you to step up and help your families and ask them, can I help you with this, as they are interacting with the healthcare system. I imagine about now, you're learning about over-the-counter medications. Is that true? True, you're learning about it. So that there, over-the-counter medications, so when you go to the store now, it's changed your whole view of going down the alley or going down the corridor, seeing all the shelves and picking up a drug, looking at those ingredients and knowing exactly how they work. It's eye-opening. And I'm sure it's so exciting right now for you to go do this. Well, you can even help with all your families, help people make those decisions with over-the-counter the drugs. That OTC aisle will never be the same. In families, I encourage you to keep these health professionals on their toes. Ask them lots of questions. And you can play a key role in their education as they become medication experts. And I was really pleased to see that this school is named after Senator Daniel Inouye. He served as an inspiration to all of us in the uniformed services. So normally, when I was active duty, I was in uniform all the time. I've retired, and sometimes I wear my uniform, sometimes I don't. So I hope when I go to meetings, sometimes you'll see me in uniform. I hope you come up to me and say hello. So anyway, he played a big part. In fact, in 2010, so that's 11 years ago, he was named Health Leader of the Year by the United States Public Health Service Commission Corps for his significant leadership in the advancement of the health of the American people and that of the larger global community. So his steadfast and decades-long support for innovation in healthcare services is remarkable. He is truly a legend. So today is significant because, one other thing I was going to say. One thing I also noticed was that in your recent magazine for the school, you had a section on possibilities in public health. This is kind of my recruitment thing here. COVID-19 has brought to the forefront the importance of having strong public health infrastructure in our communities. And I know many of you will be, and maybe already are, part of improving the infrastructure for years to come. So I hope you take a look at that career. Pharmacists right now are playing such a critical role during the pandemic by providing COVID testing and vaccine administration and really ensuring uninterrupted delivery of routine pharmacy services. Throughout the whole pandemic, pharmacies have stayed open and gained COVID-19 has been a game changer for the profession. So you're coming in right as this transformation is coming to its peak. So these next 4 years are going to be really fast. Before you know it, you're going to have your Doctor of Pharmacy degree, your PharmD. And today, it's a significant milestone in your professional life. You're starting a journey not only to gain knowledge, but to learn what it means to be a professional. The white coat is a symbol of this. The white coat is synonymous with the virtues of altruism, responsibility, and compassion. It reminds us of our duty to lead our lives and practice with humanism and professionalism. So you're going to receive your white coat today, and you're going to put it on, and you'll notice not only today, but every time you put it on, it will inspire confidence and trust among patients. When you wear the coat, you'll stand up straighter, you'll walk with purpose, and when people look at you, they're going to assume you have the attributes that go along with being a healthcare professional. The principles of humanism, it's about putting the patients at the center of the focus, addressing their real needs. Humanism aims to provide healthcare with honesty, empathy, compassion, and respect to dignity and beliefs of the patients and their families. It reflects attitudes and behaviors that are sensitive to the values and the cultural and ethnic backgrounds of others. We have a responsibility not only to our patients, but also to improve the systems in which we work, to make them more reliable, accessible, equitable, and affordable for all humans we serve. We need to be advocates for the patients. So becoming a professional means to have committed yourself to excellence and to have accepted the responsibility to learn, grow, and mature. Professionalism cannot be taught. It's nurtured over time. Professionalism is about being respectful and genuine. It's having a servant attitude, being humble, and realize you don't know everything all the time. It's okay, and I'm sure all of us that are practicing or in these positions, we don't know the answers to everything all the time. Let me check. I'll get back to you. That's okay to say that, even when you're board certified and have lots of credentials, that it should be that way. And professionalism is like trust. It's something you earn from patients and your peers. It means listening to others and understanding different points of view. I do have a story to tell you that impacted me early in my career. I worked for 19 years in the Indian Health Service, and I worked with many of the tribes over on the mainland. And one tribe in particular, I went and worked. It was not the government. It wasn't a government. It was tribes had taken over, and they wanted to change how care was being provided to that particular tribe, which is the Pima Indians. And so when I got there, first of all, they wanted to hire brand new staff. So they hired new physicians, ones with really good credentials, and nurses, and they brought in, I came in at that time as a pharmacist to change the pharmacy. So we worked on this for about a year, and we made lots of changes. We improved the wait times. We made sure that they had the good medications. We got better equipment to do tests. We made all these changes, and we thought we were doing pretty good. But we'd meet with the tribe a couple times a year, and they said, nope, you don't have it. Nope, you don't have it. And we didn't really understand, well, what is it you want? Our outcomes are better. All our metrics are improved. And they were trying to explain to this what they wanted. And finally, at one of the meetings, the people were there, a woman, an elder, stood up. And she started speaking in the native language for quite a long time. And everybody before then was arguing, and not arguing, but just talking. They were all quiet while she spoke. And then she sat down, and that was it. So what it was is she wanted the providers to be part of she wanted them, the connection from the providers to the patients in the community was not there. She wanted a connection. It shouldn't be all about coming in, okay, next visit we'll do this, checkbox, I got so many people through the day. It wasn't about being a checkbox. It was about caring, learning about their family, learning about their history, the providers sharing about themselves. It was about that connection that we didn't have. It's okay to touch the person. It's okay, we had to learn what was important to them. So it was so early in my career that it changed me forever. Just seeing that and realizing that's, okay, I see how this works. It means rescheduling and giving more time in certain situations, not just having everybody to be 15 minutes. So anyway, I just wanted to share that story with you because I hope that it changes you too. And you want to connect, make sure you connect with your patients. That's actually the secret sauce. That's going to help them. They're going to trust you. That's where the trust comes from too. So you want to be somebody that is well respected, easy to work with, and can communicate well. You play a key role in this healthcare team, and it's way more team, it's going to be team care here coming out as you're in school. You're going to learn a lot more about that. The faculty and your preceptors are going to help cultivate this professionalism. They're going to guide you in developing these professional values. And throughout your career, you're going to have an infinite number of times to be able to demonstrate professionalism. So professionalism means performing to the best of your ability and not taking shortcuts. It's really easy to take a shortcut, and as pharmacists, there's many steps along the way and processes in managing the patient, and you want to be the one to do it the right way and encourage others to do it the right way. Again, it's not about a checkbox, it's about doing the right thing. You're coming into the profession when there's a major disruption and transformation underway. All this new technology and new processes and just information is coming at you, and it's really, really easy to get lost in all of this. So it's important to make sure you never lose the focus of the patient. Learn to give them your full attention, listen, and have compassion, and appreciate and understand each patient's personal and cultural point of view. Learning to communicate with them, patients and colleagues, is going to take you a long way. And don't underestimate just the value of common sense to learn how to apply this vast amount of knowledge that you have. So another example that happened when I was a student, and you may have the same thing happen because you're going to learn about the medications and you're going to be experts at them. And I remember this clearly, another one made a big impression on me. I was on rounds with other medical students, and there was a medical attending, and he was asking the medical students questions. And of course, we had a resident that was asking us questions, but the attending asked the medical students a question about a drug, and they didn't know the answer. So then he turns to us and asks us the same question, and of course we knew the answer because this is our space. So afterwards, the medical students felt terrible that they didn't know the answer. But we weren't trying to one-up on them. What we decided to do is let's get together before rounds. This is what we started doing the next day. Let's get together before rounds, and let's go through and prep you for all the medication questions you might get asked by that attending. So we helped get them with the confidence so they can ask. Do you think to this day that those medical students want a pharmacist on their team? You bet they do. Because it wasn't about me, it was about what's best for the patient, and we were trying to help them out. So it really is a team approach, and those relationships that you develop with your other healthcare providers are going to be invaluable. And being a professional means also doing more than what's expected. This shouldn't be a job, it's your profession. It's not where you go to work, okay, and you clock out. You're part of a healthcare team, so you need to step up when needed. And we're role models too for our patients. We also need to lead healthy lives, so we need to walk the talk. There's going to be so many wonderful opportunities for you. The world is really your oyster. So build a strong foundation of knowledge and skills You'll be able to use them for your whole life. And whatever you do, wherever you go, you're going to take these skills. You don't think about it now, but fast forward 20 years, oh yeah, I did that when I was a student. So today, as you put on your white coat, remember that it stands for a sense of duty and selfless serving the needs of the patient. Each of you has so much to share, and I challenge you to make a difference in your communities. So accept this responsibility today as a new professional with eagerness, inquisitiveness, and anticipation. I know you will hone your talents, skills, and knowledge towards becoming the most respected members of this noble profession. Congratulations, and welcome to the pharmacy profession. And I have a challenge coin that I'm going to be giving to Dean Hahn too. This is kind of a tradition, and we do. And I'm going to, I'll hand this to her. There we go.
Thank you so much, Admiral Schweitzer. Now, to introduce our pharmacy resident, let's switch to Dr. Shogo Miyagi, our clinical faculty member from Kapiolani Medical Center for Women and Children on Oahu. Please enjoy this video.
Aloha students, faculty and staff, and friends and the family of the college. I am proudly here today to introduce you to our newest postgraduate year 1 pharmacy resident, who is also a proud alumni of our college. The Postgraduate Year 1, or PGY1, Pharmacy Practice Program is a joint effort between the College of Pharmacy and Hawaii Pacific Health, and is currently in its 9th year of operations. Residents of our program rotate between Palimomi Medical Center, Schwab Medical Center, Wilcox Medical Center on Kauai, and Kapiolani Medical Center for Women and Children, as well as the DKICP. The residency program builds upon the PharmD education with the goal of training and developing new clinical pharmacists who are responsible for the medication-related care of patients in a wide range of conditions. This is becoming increasingly important in today's ever-changing healthcare world. Residents of our program not only show dedication to their own personal growth, but to also the advancement of pharmacy practice. Students, although graduation seems far away, I encourage you to think about your plans after pharmacy school. In today's ever-changing healthcare world, a pharmacy residency will provide you with many expanded opportunities. 1 year of pharmacy residency is equivalent to 3 years of real-world pharmacy experience. So I encourage you to start exploring your options now and to challenge yourself over the next 4 years to grow and learn. With that, I would like to introduce you to our newest licensed PGI1 resident, Kimo Okamoto. The long white coat signifies a passage from a student to a clinical practitioner, and I'm proud to present that to you today. Kimo, please come forward and receive this honor.
Thank you, and congratulations to Kimo. We would now like to introduce the future DKICP class of 2025. Students, please come forward to be coded by Dean Carolyn Ma and Associate Dean Lara Gomez. Logan Asibo. Noelis Augusto Vega. Elisa Ball. Joyce Bautista. Taylor Bertelman. Hayden Bunch. Jared Ching. Jasmine Colon. Jillian Dagupyon. Taylor Eleola. Leema Fano. Sierra Fujimoto. Nielsen Gazo. Sean Hernandez. Tiana Holbron. Crystal Imamura. Alyssa Cam. Callan Kobayashi. Tyra Kong. Che Min Lee. Caitlin Lockman. Nanea Lum. Stephen Maesato. Kirsten Malapit. Shansi Nakaahiki. Tiffany Napi Ha'a. Riza Pasqua. Jaden Perez. Becca Peters. Anna Pham. Ronell Jordan Quibral. Anais Ramirez. Alina Ramos. Kayla Ramos. Megan Sabug. Akemi Santiago. James Santoki. Carlame Satumba. Ryan Stewart. Su-an Su. Lee Tanya Thin. Vincent Tran. Akiho Uno. Rosalind Wong. Yan Scholl.
Ready?
The students will now be led in the oath of a pharmacist by Dean Carolyn Ma.
I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering and my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal health information trusted to me. I will accept the lifeline obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest professional, moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations.
Please be seated. That will conclude our ceremony for today, and a huge congratulations to the DKICP class of 2025. We have a few thank yous that I'd like to give today. First of all, to Dr. Gomez for coming in today to help with the ceremony, our Associate Dean. A big thank you to Admiral Schweitzer for coming from Arizona to come give a great speech today. And I'd also give a real big thank you to Dean Ma, who, as she mentioned, will be completing her final white coat ceremony today as she moves into retirement in the near future. Can we get a big hand for Dean Ma, please? Mr. Reed Kubo and Mr. Jared Teramoto from our IT department for orchestrating the live stream so everybody could watch for this today. And I'd also like a big thank you to our student services department, Mr. Tracy Niimi, Ms. Christy Fujii, and Ms. Kara Ikeda for doing all the work behind the scenes to get this ready for you folks. Lastly, I do want to thank all the families that have supported you folks to get to this point and that will continue to support you as you work to this very challenging degree that each and every one of you can accomplish. Congratulations again, and thank you. Have a great day. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to stay in our seats. We're going to stay socially distanced and do a picture right here. So Tracy's gonna do the picture. Come up there.